Welcome to the channel, everybody. I am Benningfield. If you enjoy this video, please like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Benningfield01. Today we're going to be doing another movie car build. It's going to be the 2006 Subaru WRX that is in the opening scene from the movie Baby Driver. Now, this is going to be a little bit different build today. I've went over this car a lot, and I'm going to give y'all a few different options here. Overall, I really do think this first one is the best way to go. It's the closest to the overall shape of the car, but you will have to forfeit the hood scoop, as you can see. But you'll start off, bring up your phone, go down to Southern San Andreas. You want to scroll all the way down. It's toward the very bottom. It's a little obscure car that not many people use, actually. That's another reason I kind of like using this car. Plus, the overall shape really is closer. It is right, I'm overlooking, there it is. The Class A Premier. I feel like overall this is going to give you the closest look because it has the fog lights in the same spot. It has the rounded trunk lid, more like it. And overall, I feel like it's the better shape of the car. But you want to get that. It's only $10,000. Wait for that to arrive at your garage. Once it does, take it down to LSC, or you can bring it up to your office garage like I'm doing. Then you want to modify it. Armor brakes don't matter. Bumpers, you want to get the custom front splitter. Get that little extension on there. Engine doesn't really matter. The exhaust, you want to opt for the big bore exhaust. Horns doesn't matter. Lights, I always do xenon, but that really isn't necessary. For the respray, this one only has a primary color. You want to go down to the metallic, and you want to choose the candy red. And for the skirts, you want to add the custom skirts. Your spoiler, it only has one. You want to get the tuner wing. It's not exactly like in the movie, but it's as long as it has a spoiler, it's still pretty close. Overall, it really does have the closest shape to the car. Suspension, you want to use the competition suspension. Transmission and turbo is completely up to you. For the wheels, I'm going to wheel type, down to sport, stock rims, and get the S Racer. And for the wheel color, you want to go ahead and black those out. And for the window tint, I did a light smoke. And there you go, that is the first build. This is the one I really do feel is the closest. Overall, like I said, if you can, I'll show you now. You can see it's got more like the rounded end on the trunk, the smoother back bumper than this next car I'm going to use. And this has the fog lights and the little side vents and everything. The only thing that's really missing is the hood scoop. Okay, now for your second option on this car, I wanted to go with this one more or less because it's a fan favorite. It is the Sultan, but if you notice, it does not have the fog lights at the bottom like the car in the movie did. And it also, you can see the top of the trunk comes with a sharper point. It's not rounded, and the back end's not as rounded as the other one. That's why I do prefer the Premier. But we will get into this build. First, you want to bring up your phone, go down to Benny's. Go down to the Sultan. It's $12,000. Just pick you up one there whenever it is delivered. For this build, you can take it to the Los Santos Customs. You can also take it to Benny's, or you could take it to your garage workshop where I have mine. And to get into this one, first thing you want to do is we're not going to do the upgrade. Skip the armor and the brakes, the bumpers. Front bumpers, you want to do the custom splitter and intercooler. For the rear bumper, you want to leave that stock rear bumper. The engine doesn't really matter. The exhaust, you want to get the titanium tuner exhaust. The hood, now this was a little tricky part for me. The stock hood is what I ended up choosing to go with on this. It does have the correct scoop, but as you can see, you can only get that in carbon. So I would suggest getting just the stock hood on this. Horns doesn't matter. Lights, I always do the xenon, but that doesn't matter. For the respray, as with the last build, you want to go down to metallic. candy red. This time you'll also have to go to the secondary and go down to metallic and also select candy red. The roll cage, you do not want the roll cage. It's just a standard interior. The roof option, you do not want the sun strip. For the skirts, you want to get the custom skirts. The spoiler, you want to select the low level spoiler. That is the closest to the one that was in the movie. It's actually closer than the one on the last build, but I still feel overall the Premier does look more the actual body shape. Suspension again, competition suspension. Transmission turbo doesn't matter. Wheels, same as the last build. You want to go down to sports. Stock rims, S Racer, same as last time. Back out, wheel color, do black. And again with the windows, do a light smoke. Now, this completes the second option. This is the Karen Sultan, and this is probably the second closest. Now for a third option, we're going to go with the Sultan RS, which you just take this car we just built and go ahead and perform the upgrade. Now there's a couple pros and cons. This is way more expensive first of all, but one of the biggest cons, you're going to lose the 4 doors. It's going to make it a 2-door car. So we did the upgrade, really expensive. See, we lost the back doors. So that is kind of bad. We didn't like that. But we can go down the bumpers. I'm kind of working this one. You want to choose the race bumper because it doesn't have fog lights, but it has the circles, and it makes it really similar to the kind that, yeah, see, nothing else is really close. It's probably as close as you're going to get. The race bumper. And for the rear bumper, you want to go down and select the clean cut. Yeah, clean cut rear bumper. Chassis upgrades. You do, let's see, roofs. No, he didn't have none of that. You don't need any of that. For your exhaust, it doesn't really matter. You can just leave that stock exhaust on it. Your fenders, you'd want to leave the stock fenders. For the grill, you just want to keep it the regular stock grill. For your hood, now this is the main benefit to upgrading to the RS. If you really want that hood scoop, you can get the painted hood scoop. So you want to go to scooped hood. And then your interior, you want to leave the same because it was just a standard black interior. Your lights, again, xenon. You don't need a livery, don't need plates. If you continue this from the previous build, you won't have to change anything. But if you starting this from new, of course, you'll have to go in and select your candy red. The roof, don't need any of that stuff. Just leave that stock. Skirts, yeah, we don't need any mud flaps, so we'll just leave that as stock. The spoiler, you want, again, the same spoiler. They didn't have any other that's closer. That's probably as close you're going to get, the mid-level spoiler. Suspension should still be all the way. Your wheels, you want the exact same ones. You still go down to sports, stocks, S Racer. Make sure they're blacked out. And your windows, you want the light smoke. Alright, we'll exit the vehicle. And we'll do the little walk around on this one too. Now, if the only reason to pay this extra money really is for that scoop on the hood. If you really want it to look like the movie from the hood scoop portion of it, this would be the car you're going to have to choose. But it was a 4-door car, and I do prefer overall the Premier. I know it's on the cheaper side, but you get to keep the 4-door. You do have to forfeit the hood scoop. But overall, I think it resembles it the most. But this is another close build. And I know that the Karen Sultan is an old fan favorite, and the Sultan RS is like a new fan favorite. So I did want to include these two in the build also, in case you wanted different versions of it. But overall, if you want the closest to the movie build, in my opinion, it would be the Class A Premier. Now, I'm Benningfield. I do appreciate you coming out. I know this was a little bit longer and a little bit more detailed, a little bit different, throwing in some extra builds. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, please sub. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. You can follow me on Twitter at Benningfield01. And I will see you in the next video.